I think I'm live. I think I'm live. Moving this around. Okay, I have a presentation for this. But I'm just going to share the link in the comments so you guys can just follow along with me. Create template. No, I didn't mean to do a template link. No thanks. No thanks. Okay, no, I didn't mean to create a template link. I meant to create I think a live link. What do you create? Oh my god, my brain is a little off today. Sorry about that. It rained, so of course the migraine wasn't kind to me. Good morning, Mr. Wayne. Good morning, Valerie. And good morning, Miss Hunt. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm creating the link right now. Yeah, it was it's a pretty interesting morning. Okay, I just submitted the link. So let me know if you can hear me. You can get to the link. And you can see me. Pretty good. So my husband's gonna start. We're at the camp. I wasn't supposed to present today, but it just ended up I did. So that's why you got like a I just thought of it topic, because I just thought of it topic. Literally. And morning, Miss Vanessa. So I was like, oh, that would be good. And a lot of people, like at our last event, Sterling Fest, a lot of people talked about it. You know, where could they speak more? Where could they do it? And of course, financial was of course the case, because who has enough money to you know, rent a facility? So I started thinking about all the stuff that I did and how I started getting into libraries and getting paid for it and stuff like that. And then I was like, you know what? If I could do it, anybody could do it. And at the time, well, I mean, I was a single mom of 3 kids, so I did not have money to do stuff like I wanted to, because the government says you gotta feed them. No sound. No sound. Someone says I can see and hear you. Someone says they can't hear me. See if your mute is on. See if, of course you can hear that. I don't know what to do about the sound. See if your mute is on, Linda. Yeah, let me tag. See if your mute is on. Thanks for I always mean to do Sandy, but then when Sandy gets here, she always tags you. So you guys are like partners in crime, and I was trying to hurry up because I was already 3 minutes late, Wayne. So thank you for doing that. Okay, so we're gonna keep it going. Hopefully we'll tell Linda to make sure I mention to listen to the replay. Okay, so we're gonna get going. I have my notes here with the Canva. Oh, no sound on the Canva presentation. I'll just be going through it. But you can hear, okay, but you can hear me. As long as you can hear me. I'm getting all my notes from my scribe. I wrote them last night in the middle of the night, which is probably why I look and sound like I am drunk or hungover, because at 2 a.m., even though I came up with the subject, the notes didn't come to my head till 2 a.m. this morning. And I was like, oh my god, this is how we're gonna talk about it. Because like I said, I wanted to do it in a way where you guys understood how I did it, because I was a single mom. I didn't have any money. But I did want to do presentations. So my presentation history kind of started when I was, I was pregnant with my daughter, and I was doing my first presentation. I was scheduled to do my first presentation in 2001. So yeah, I was scheduled to do it 2001, but then I went into labor the night before the presentation, and it ended up I couldn't do the presentation. Even though I was only 3 centimeters at the time, I still could have did it, and then just went to the hospital later. But she said people would be worried, you know, I'd look uncomfortable, whatever. It was my 3rd child, so at that point I was an expert at baby making. So so I had to hold off like a whole year to do presentations at a conference. And so in that time I really wanted to do the presentation, so I started learning like where else could I do a presentation, you know, that wouldn't break my bank. And I started like looking into libraries, because I saw other people doing presentations at libraries, and I was like, well, why can't I do them? But what does that entail? So I started doing a little research on how to do it, you know, asking other people how to do it, connecting with librarians, and we're going to get into resource notes. I will type the resource notes because I didn't put it on the presentation, and you guys better take notes of that presentation, because the link will be deleted after this, and only members, premium members can get that link. So I will let you know that. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna start with I'm gonna have to do I'm gonna do like a split screen. I'm not gonna look at I can do this split screen because I'm Sylvia. I can figure, oh yeah, I can do it this way. So I'm not looking at myself all the freaking time, and then you guys can look at me. I'm doing it this way because I forgot to share my screen, so you guys are going to be looking at me. So if I make some funny faces, I'm sorry. But this is how it is. Okay, so you're learning about setting up speaking engagements. Now if you have any questions, please go ahead and drop them as I'm going along, because I can see the comments. There is like a 6-second delay, so we're gonna get going. I'm on the first screen learning about setting up speaking engagements. I'm on the first presentation slide. So going to the second slide, what makes me able to teach this, like I said, I've been doing this for a good 20 years, speaking at libraries. I think my first one, it was basic. I knew my first one was around internet marketing, because that was back in 2001. And this is when a lot of authors, of course, did not know about ebooks and things like that, did not know about internet marketing. And I learned how to do it from just sitting around with other businesses that, like, if they could sell their products on the internet, so could I. And then I developed a way, so, you know, to kind of, in layman's terms, tell people how. So that's how I started learning how to teach, is getting this information out to people. And I was invited to a lot of conferences and things like that. I'm not a certified expert in doing library stuff, so I did invite some library people. So like, even if they're listening to the replay, if I say something or if there's more information, you know, please add it. I invited a couple of library friends to this talk, so if they are listening, that'd be awesome if they could add their input as well. I don't mind if you step on my toes. Please don't think you are not. If it's really bad, please send me a text message. I have my phone here. If I really effed up on some information, but I think the majority of the information I am going to give you guys, it is going to be beneficial to you. And I will be answering questions that you guys left on the comment on the post that I made about this. So I'll be getting to those questions as well. Okay, so why use libraries? We're going to slide 3. Why use libraries? They are, number one, a great way for a local author, especially. Oh, we should tag John Davies, because he always be saying he don't have nothing to do. He don't know how to get to local readers. Okay, sorry. I had to tag him, even though he didn't ask for it. He's gonna get tagged. Okay, so they are a great way for local authors to connect with local readers. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. They're for a great way for a local author to connect with local readers, because where else can you quickly find your local readers? And that would be, of course, at the library. Plus, you can network with the librarians, especially if you have a book coming out, or if you have a book out and you need to reconnect with readers and you just want to say, hey, let me get out there and see who would be interested in me talking about this that has to do with my book. This resource, the library resources, are hardly used. It's a hardly used venue, and if you pay your taxes, you can set up a space at the library for free, and they have rooms for 15 people, for 100 people, for thousands of people with bigger library systems. And you can actually do it for free. A lot of libraries do not charge. Now, for their like theater piece, and if you are charging for the event, they can charge you. But if you're having a free event, they can offer the event space for free. It's not like you can get out of bed and do this either. You can't just like jump up today and be like, oh, I want to have an event this afternoon. You can always contact the library and say, hey, I would like to book a room. I have this talk, blah, 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 and they can set it up. It's a lot about stepping out of your comfort zone, and that. Now, in my Michigan author book, and I'll put the link below. Remind me to put the link about it. My Michigan author book, I do have a listing of various libraries in the Metro Detroit area and their contact information. I'll be updating this book soon, and I might just make it digital as well. But I have a book where you can go through and connect with these libraries, and then you'll be able to get in and talk to them, because when we go through the proposal or the event letter request, you'll see how you can do it. Okay, like I said, it's a hardly used event that's close and available and easy to use. You can be paid, and even unpaid engagements, the connection is invaluable. If you have a mailing list, people can sign up for your mailing list when you do your presentations. The library will help with promotion efforts for it. You can, I'm going to give you tips on how to make it handy for you to do even more promotion with them for your event. But it gives you a end way on possibly doing larger events at paid events. Even if you create a free event at the library, and you're doing a lot of the, of course, the speaking and the promotion and things like that, this helps you pave the way for setting up bigger events. And I think that's how I built up to my conference, because I started doing speaking engagements and setting up at the libraries in 2001, 2002, and then I was able to do a conference by 2004 where I could get the space, get people to pay me, and then come in and hear me speak along with other speakers. I did a conference. So it gets you into that, and then I learned how to promote for it. I learned how to do it. Oh, I gotta remember something else at the end. PR. We're gonna talk about a little PR for the group. Let me put that in there. Okay, so, but it helped me promote and market events that I was doing offline and plus online, and little things that I could do to make my promotions a lot smoother and get more people into those seats that I needed them to be in. So we're gonna keep going. Like I said, if you have any questions, and I appreciate you guys dealing with me in my drunken state. Yay, PR, right? So we're going over to slide 4, which is what you can speak about at the library. And I have a couple of suggestions. These are, the majority of these are free ones. The only one that really is a paid is the presentation. When you do a presentation or workshop for a library, so it's presentation / workshop, you can get paid for it, and we'll talk about how you can get paid for it. But the other things that you can do are collaborations. I've not had coffee yet. I need coffee. I'm looking for it. As if it's going to show. Oh yeah, it's over in the refrigerator. Darn it. Okay, so you can do collaborations, and that's with the library and or other authors. So collaboration number one, you know that what was it? Romance Author Day is coming in August. I think it's coming up. Romance Author Day. Couple of months in advance, get with your local library and say, hey, I'm a romance author. I have a book. Can we do a romance day at the library? I'll do a book talk. And there'll be a lot of libraries will say, yeah, that sounds so cool. You know, you can give them a presentation link because there's a romance day. It discusses like things libraries can do for romance day, and one of them is to get a local author. Help me help you help me. Basically. And you know, you give them a sales sheet of your book and make sure that they have the book in stock so they can start promoting and getting the book checked out for people to know your books, especially if you have a lot of books. And then, you know, you can say, hey, let's do this. Let's collaborate and do this romance day together. And you're collaborating with the library. Of course, you will not probably get paid for this. Some libraries can offer you an honorarium, and we'll get into that in a second. Other libraries for events like this will say, hey, this is a free event. This is for free for you because you're getting the promo, blah, blah. It just depends. Okay, then you can do a collaboration with the library and with other authors. So Romance Day, you get your romance buddies together and say, hey, let's go to the library and promote our books. And then you set it up a couple of months in advance and say, hey, these romance authors are having, you know, where we would like to come to the library and promote about our book and on Romance Day, blah, blah, blah. Library's even cool with that. They can set up even a bigger venue. You'll probably get a small venue just for you, but you'll probably get a bigger venue because it's several libraries. I participated in Romance Day. I believe it was at Southfield. I did it a couple of times. Once in Chicago. And at various libraries all around Metro Detroit. So yeah, you can do this. It's a lot of event days that goes around, and I've mentioned that before. Good morning, Michael. I've mentioned that before, how you can just find event days and then do something around those event days, but you can collaborate with the library. The next thing is book talks. Book talks and readings. If you're coming up with your new release or you're re-releasing it, you can set up a book talk. Like I said, do a couple of months in advance, and then you can set up a book talk at it. You can hit all the libraries. Metro Detroit, Detroit alone has a large library system. You can literally go to each library in Detroit and do book readings and for your thing, and that could be like your tour. Literally, you can just go around and just do a tour of libraries on book talks and book readings, and it's kind of like the same thing. Book talks and readings, where, you know, first you talk about who you are. Sometimes I've seen networking. Do it, please do it, Wayne. I encourage you. Let me get my foot warmer because my feet are getting cold. That's a shame that I keep it right down here. I gotta lift the table a little to bring it in. Okay. But yeah, you should do it. It's very fun to do. It's a lot of work. Rod Sadler, he's a true mystery writer. And we got a chance to sit down. He did a Marquette Upper Peninsula book talk, and he had to go through all the library systems up in the UP. If you don't know the drive time in the UP, it's not like going around Metro Detroit. It is true drive time, and it is a lot of cheap motels. Great turnout for each event, because people love to support libraries up there. I mean, they really love to support library events up there. But it was a lot of work for him to drive to each event, to get it set up and things like that. And he was doing it literally the next day, so he'd have to drive, do most of the driving, get it set up, do the workshop, and literally have to leave from there to get to the next destination. And one time he did 2 in one day. And if you know UP driving, you know it's no joke up there. Everything is really far and spaced apart. But as we were talking about it, because he was on the last leg, he had one more bookstore, one more bookshop, one more library to go to. He said it was very rewarding to be able to speak and talk in front of people about his book, and be able to showcase it, and, you know, of course, sell books. That was the reward of all of this. And it was a very fun way. But yes, please do it. I encourage you, Wayne, please. Okay, I'm going to do the presentation last. You can do performances about your book. I've seen people do like small dramatic performances where they have not just a book talk and a reading, but they actually had actors come out and perform a scene from the book. It was really cool. It happened it was a pre-pandemic kind of event, and she was having a release party, and then she was also in theater as well. So these 2 actors came out and did a scene from her book, and it was kind of cool. I liked it. And I was actually thinking about, like, if I do one of my books, it's a short story that I would like to perform, you know, and people get like a 30-minute performance of a play, and then of course those characters are mentioned in that book. So I was thinking about that. Definitely right. So I've set up conferences at libraries. Like I said, like my second conference was set up at the library. They were great to work with. They gave me breakout rooms and a main room. I don't think I paid for it. I did it a year in advance. We sat down. I told them what I wanted to do. They worked with me, and we were able to get it all done. And I was really happy about that. I was really, like, you know, blessed that, you know, I could work with the library. Good morning. Don't forget to put your event, please. Post your event in the thing, Cheryl, so then people know about your event, and I'm going to mention it as well. But I used the entire conference, and the Detroit Public Library was so awesome in working with me. They did it for several years for me, and I'm going to tell you, they were very, very awesome. I've done library lunches. What was it? It was a literary brunch. I did a literary brunch with them. And it was a free event. What I did was I set it up as a free event, but we pardoned off a VIP area, and I sold, so it was free to come, free to listen to the speakers. But if you bought a VIP ticket, you got to meet the speaker in advance, and plus it was a little snacks available for the VIP people. And then about 30 minutes before the event started, we opened up the VIP area. Plus VIP got special seating up in the front, and then everybody else could sit towards, you know, the rest of the way. And it was a free event, and I even had vendors there at it. So because it was a free event, they didn't charge me for the event space, and that was kind of cool. Panel discussions, like I said, if you do a collaboration, even if it's not a special day, you can set up panel discussions with other authors, or panel discussions about the topic of your book, or especially if an open discussion about something that has to do with your platform, you can always set it up at a library. And like I said, it has been awesome working with libraries, and it's a venue a lot of people do not consider. I talked so long my thing went to sleep. Okay, so how to start. Networking a lot. Too much drive, right? In the UP, of course. Hey, Janet. It's too much driving. Good morning, Olivia. It's too much driving up in the UP, but like I said, Rod said it was so worth it, and he even though he was exhausted, he said it was fun. But we have Metro Detroit, and like I said, it's a lot of library systems in Metro Detroit alone. It's a lot of library systems here that people are not taking. I don't see a lot of local author events that we are not taking advantage of. And even if you're listening to this in another city or state, you can look and see, you don't see a lot of local authors taking advantage of the local library systems that are there that you can set up events to do for yourself. So how to start? Of course, networking. You can go to author fairs, find the library. Of course, it's a librarian who has organized this author fair, and you can, network with them there. You can also network with them if you're a children's author, you can network them at story time. If you see an event that's based on your platform and you want to have like a smooth opening or a smooth rapport with the library, you can always go to those events and then meet up with the librarians. It has been, I went to actually a book signing for Rashonda Tate, and it was the book signing for her, but over 4 librarians in other branches were there as well, and I got to network with them and start setting up library events with them. So hey, that was awesome. Or you can do code options, which is what we're going to go into along with the presentation bit and how to do it. Okay, so let's go to slide 6. And if you don't know where the slides are, there are new people who joined. Let me see, do I hit? Okay, I still have the slide in there. I put the slide link again so you guys can see. We're on slide 6. So we're on slide 6 on how to contact libraries. You can go directly to the websites. Pretty much, if you don't do the face-to-face, and you're trying to do a code option, you can go to the website of the library. Usually some librarians have event forms, and you can request an event and set it up like that. And it took me forever for me to get the presentation. I'm sorry. I have been asked to be a keynote speaker at a local conference late fall. Oh my God, congratulations, Sandy. I hope you take advantage of it. It's awesome. Sylvia says show up and show out. Of course, of course. So you can go for code options. You can go to the website, and they have library event forms sometimes, and even if they don't, they have the personnel of libraries. So you're looking for an event person if it's a large library system, or the genre librarian, which is usually the person who is in charge of like the genre of your books. You can appeal to them, send an event you can send a proposal to them. Or there is a head branch manager, usually for smaller systems they'll have that, or even for larger systems you can just contact the head branch manager. I know in Detroit, if you're going from branch to branch, because they have like, I think, yeah, they have like over 10 branches, you can just go ahead and contact that head branch manager and send the proposal to them. So we're going to number 7. It's really hard to see these. Okay, I can do it this way. We can go to number 7, and this is the event suggestion letter. And this is basically, make sure my notes are the same. This is basically when you're writing up your event, because a lot of people will say, well, I don't know how to write anything, and I don't know. So you want to make it personal. So when you start your email, you say dear and the person you are addressing. For your subject line, you can say either event suggestion, and then put the title of the event, and then okay, then you go into Dear, make it personal, put the library person you are addressing, and that's why I said you have to go and research the person you need to do it. You can do it to 2 people, but I would make each email personal, just like you would be sending a review thing. I really need something to drink. Okay, so you want to do like a 1-sentence bio, intentions, and then the intention of the name of the event again, the benefits, usually about 3 benefits, and a time, how long this event is going to take. After that, you're going to trying to scroll. I could just touch my screen so it's faster. Okay, so then you put your contact information, including a website and bio. Right before this, you can put a little longer bio to get them, you know, and mention about promo efforts on your ends. And we'll go into the promo efforts as well. And then just, you know, look forward to hearing from you, and then put your name. Program librarian. Yes, there is a program. Thank you, Stephanie. You are so awesome. There are program librarians, and I think some have like individual branches. It just depends on how big the library system is. But yeah, usually they'll have a title next to who they are. And Stephanie also says that each librarian usually will put on programs that will benefit the community. Yeah, and that's a great way to network, is if you go to those events, and then you'll be able to speak directly to the person, because the events correlate with your platform, and you'd be able to really work up a great presentation to appeal to that librarian and to that library system itself. So you guys should be checking. You guys should be subscribed to, or at least liked the pages of those libraries that you want to be presenting in. And even if you don't want to present them, if it's your Metro Detroit library or wherever you live, you should be liking those pages so you can get updated of different events that are coming through, to see if they fit with your platform. So now we're going to go to the proposal letter. The other one's an event letter. The proposal letter is that, yes, this is in some way or somehow you're going to be asking for an honorarium. So proposal letter, of course, you make it personal again. You give your intentions with the name of the event, same subject kind of thing, but you're saying a proposal. You're saying a proposal letter, and then, or proposal, and then you put the name of the thing. The name of the event with tagline for the event, something that'll help them sell the event to the public. So I have one where I have a diverse, I'm going to bring it up real fast while we're talking, if I can remember how to do it. Okay, nope, that's not it. That's not it. African, I know I can find it by, African American. So I have like a proposal called Diversity in Romance, and the tagline is how African American writers change romance writing in America. In America. And I have like a synopsis of it, and then a bio of it, and I send this out. And I have the 3 benefits and how long the time for it to do it. And I can usually do this workshop in less than an hour, including questions and answers. I put a long bio, of course, like I said, I put a long bio with it. And then I put down in the proposal letter, if you are interested in setting this event up at your library, I do accept an honorarium for speaking. Now for proposals like this, the one that I gave an example, I usually let the library decide, because I love sharing that information in that workshop. It's so much fun, and it's so much, and I did a lot of research for that proposal. I did a lot of research for that workshop. But I'm willing to accept whatever the library can give me. And a lot of the base ones usually are 100 to 150. Now for conferences, for if I'm really teaching something regarding an event or something, or they want me to come out and stuff and this is where we get into honorariums. You can ask for $200 to up to $500 depending upon the event and how much expertise you have in that. And then what the library will come back and say, well, we can pay this, and it's up to you. You can negotiate. Vanessa asked about travel and things like that. So if you are doing this out of town, you can request for I think, yeah, that's what she asked about: travel, flight, hotel, rooms, fees, being shipped there, extra baggage, blah, blah. You can ask for those fees to be covered and part of the honorarium itself. So if I'm doing an honorarium and I'm trying to do it in, let's say, Atlanta, and I want to do it in an Atlanta library, I can make it all part of the honorarium. So yes, that $500 will cover the speaking, the travel, and things like that. And you can let them know, this is what I accept because I need to do this and this and this and this, you know, and go into that honorarium itself. Be reasonable. They're not trying to pay for y'all crack habit or y'all Amazon habit. Come on. This is a library. But as you can see, a lot of people are voting for their library millages, and that is a direct correlation where local authors, you need to be taking advantage because you're leaving money on the table. That's money that you could be putting in your pocket. So part 3 of the proposal letter, you can mention if you can send flyers, and you can make flyers in Canva, send them the link, and if they have Canva, they can manipulate the flyer and put their library information on it. When you make a flyer, make sure you leave space for them to manipulate. They can either manipulate it or take it as a digital and then add their information to it. That's a really good way. If you do promotional templates, or even a promo where they can send it out on digital social media, make sure you leave a space where they can have, where they can put their information as well. I'm trying to make sure I'm getting everybody questions and answers. Okay, I'm doing it good. I'm doing good. Okay, and my time. Oh, look at us. We're doing really good time. Okay, let me get rid of this. Okay, back to my thing. I was making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so, and then you can make your templates, and I've done that before for libraries where they can just take it and manipulate it and put their information on it. I'll have my information at the top, a picture of me, and maybe, like, you know, what the name, of course, the name and title and tagline of the workshop, and then all the library had to do was just add their information. Sometimes, a lot of times though, now libraries will have their own, and they'll just ask you for a picture of you and a bio and a tagline and a subject line, a title and a tagline of it. And then they'll send you the flyer. Now, I would say if you don't get, if they agree to everything and they give you a date and you set a date, and at least a month prior to it and you haven't received a flyer, please reach out and touch somebody, because they either got busy or something, or your librarian is really, you know, like I said, busy with something. So you want to make sure you reach out, because you should have been promoting this event at least 3 weeks before the event on your platform and somehow. But you also, well, you can listen to the replay, Jessica, I'm sorry. But make sure you get to the PowerPoint, because the link, and I'll put the link again in there. But you want to make sure that you contact your librarian or your contact person to know that, okay, we're still going along with this. If they haven't sent a flyer or they haven't confirmed, hey, we have sent this out to our patrons, because usually they will get in touch with you at least 3 to 4 weeks prior to the event. So then you guys are on the same page. It's been one time where I had actually showed up to the library and they had a death at the library, and one of the librarians had passed away, and they had completely forgot about my event. And they said people had started showing up that day, and they were like, we haven't even promoted the event. And there was 1 or 2 people literally waiting in there for me, and they were like, that was all I was probably going to get. And they were like, we'll understand if you cancel. I still did the event. It was just 1 or 2 people. I had the best time. They were still going to pay me no matter what. So I'm like, hey, I drove out here, and I told them I would do this event again for them, you know, after the bereavement period, and they can get things done. I wasn't really upset, because with 1 or 2 people, you know, where 1 or 2 are gathered, hey, let's go. I don't care. I think my first event I did at a library, and I'm going to tell you, it was only 1 person that showed up. 1 person was sitting in the audience. I wanted to be really upset, but I couldn't, because I was just so happy that 1 person showed up, and the library hadn't really done a lot of promotion on that first event for me, because it was way back in the day. They were still getting, they didn't really know me, and I didn't even, you know, I wasn't really out there, but it was the fact that this 1 person showed up, and I remember she was a short, I don't want to say old, because she was probably old as me as I am now. She had a lot of gray hair, and she had these kind of spinster glasses on and a striped pink shirt. This is how, like, significant this event was to me. And I went through the presentation, and she asked questions, and she really enjoyed herself. So I was kind of like, you know what? It was a benefit for me. It was 1 event down, 1 million more to go, and I just grew from there. And also, this is very important, is mentioned about promo efforts you will be doing on your end. And this is kind of like a cherry on top for you doing it. Stephanie said, getting people to attend library events involves a lot of variables. It is difficult getting people, getting people to attend, and it normally has very little to do with the speaker. Yes, I love that, Stephanie. I'm gonna heart it now, even though I'll lose my place. Cheryl says, I plan to reach out to libraries and possibly partner with my event. Not sure that would entail any suggestions. Cheryl, I can send you a list of some of the librarians in the Metro Detroit area, because I'm going to be at your event, so of course I'll be promoting it. And don't forget to put the flyer in there, Cheryl, so other people can see it. Yeah, don't take it. Stephanie says don't take it personally, and like I said, I didn't. It is a lot of variables, and sometimes the librarians are doing, you know, not only their job but other jobs and helping other librarians. I mean, it's a lot. People just think librarians just stand there and read all day and maybe attend to a patron. They do a lot of work, and I appreciate them on everything that they do, because it's a lot of work. And then Stephanie says, in addition to what Sylvia has already said, build relationships is very important. So promo efforts on your side, and you can mention this in your proposal letter and even your event letter, which is like a cherry on top. You can do press releases to the media about it. You can do press releases, send press releases over to the free newspapers that are in the area. Press releases will help a lot. And I found that it got a lot of more people to my event than anything. I also would, I'm posting it at least if it's a month before the event, I'm posting it at least 1 or 2 times a week through all my social medias. 1 or 2 times a week through all my social medias. And as it gets closer to the event, 3 to 4 weeks before, usually 2 to 3 weeks before the event, I'm posting it at least 3 times, and some type of video, and some type of doing some type of video, some type of promotion, like posts that go out, doing my own personal face-to-face video. Open up my camera, hey guys, don't forget to register for the event, blah 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 blah, I'll be at this library, blah 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 blah, and so forth and so on. We can talk about that too, Cheryl. We can talk about that. So like as you're getting closer to the event. And even if you don't have an RSVP, and most times now libraries will set up their own RSVP. You can let people know, hey, you don't even got an RSVP, just show up. Show up to go up. Because most of these events that the library is offering, even though they're paying you, they're offering it for free to their patrons to come in and be a part of the community, a community event. So they can come in, people can walk into the event. It's nice to know how many people are going to be coming in, because I've shown up to events where I thought it'd probably be about 1 or 2. You know, it was like 20 RSVP'd, and I come in and it's standing room only, and I only brought it up. I brought it up even though she said 20 people. You know, I'm thinking I'm doing good bringing in 40 things, 40 outlines, and then it was like over 80 people in a room. And I mean, that's good for me. Good and bad, is a blessing and a curse. That's what it was. But you know, it's just wonderful. And like, yeah, Stephanie says your tax dollars at work. Use your tax dollars. You guys always talk about, oh, I don't know how to reach my readers. Oh, I don't have gas money. Oh, I don't have enough money to pay for books. Well, these are ways for you to take an hour to an hour and a half out of your day, set up at the library. Then you know that money is coming in. And it's a wonderful experience just to meet people, to be able to increase your speaking engagement, tactics. And you know, and people say, well, Sylvia, you do it so well, and that's because I've been doing it for years. So I'm good at crowd handling. I'm good at, if my presentation messes up, because I've been doing it so long. I was at the Rochester Writers event, and one author even came up, and she was like, I would have died if that happened. I wouldn't know what to do. But what happened was that my presentation was supposed to go up on the screen, and it didn't go up. For some reason, it would not show up from my laptop to the screen itself. So what I did was I quickly closed all the programs, and then I had Drive automatically installed on my laptop, and it was in an offline mode, and I was able to go into that Drive and pull up the presentation as a backup, because I had downloaded the presentation already to my laptop, just in case, because that has happened. I have been in situations where I've been doing my presentation on my laptop, and it was been presenting, and then my laptop wasn't hooked up to power, and where I was, there was no power cord nearby. I would have had to move the laptop, unhook it from the HDMI cord, but I had brought a battery with me. I could just plug in right beside me, and boom, I didn't have to. But this is because I've been doing this for so long. I know my middle name is Murphy's Law, so I'm used to things messing up for me all the time. All the time. So, but like, you get into this, you can be able to present your book better, and when I tell you, it becomes a rewarding experience for you and the librarian and the library itself. It's great, because now I've been doing it for so long, I do get reach outs from different librarians about different topics they want me to do, and it's kind of fun because I've been doing it so long. They're comfortable with coming to me. I'm just trying to share the knowledge and share the space, because a lot more of you guys need to be putting together proposals and suggesting to libraries. Stephanie said, your tax dollars at work. Love that. A lot of people devalue library events because they are free, and they shouldn't. And that's what you guys are there for, is to show that you hold valuable information that you can actually help uplift the library. A lot of more people need to know about different library events, and you are there to help them with that. So yeah, guys, let's get to it. Stephanie also said, in most cases, you don't have to live in the community to attend the event. Check out those library calendars in your community and those surroundings. Right. So go into like a Metro Detroit and look for all libraries, or I am going to be making my Michigan authors book digital, so you guys can actually buy the book and see the list of different Metro Detroit libraries, Metro Detroit bookstores. I'm updating it as we speak, because I'm getting ready for an event in November, so you guys will be able to either order a paperback copy or a digital copy as well. Stephanie also said, I love Stephanie today. Stephanie also said, authors considering reserving a room and inciting readers, potential readers, for book discussions for free. Give readers opportunities to get to know you in an intimate setting. Check the room policies. And that's what we were talking about at the beginning, is that you can use those to, that was in slide, we talked about it in slide 4. If you go to slide 4, she's talking about like book talks and readings and performances that you can set up in the smaller rooms for free and get people to know. Like you literally can have people come and sit and read and read the book with you. You can have silent reading parties of your book at the library. It's kind of like a cool way. That's a cool idea. I think I'll do that, Stephanie. A silent, and everybody brings my book in, and then we can all read together. That's so cool. And then afterwards they can discuss what they read, what part they read. You know, everybody's not on the same part, so oh my god, that's a good idea. Ooh, I like that. Janet says pack a power strip and 6-foot extension cords. Definitely. I even packed my own HDMI cord just in case I have a docking station, because I have a Surface. So yes, I pack my own. Yeah, I pack my own extension cord, HDMI cord, a docking station that takes 2 HDMIs, up to 2 HDMIs. So write this down. Get a docking station, no matter what laptop you have, and get one that has 2 HDMIs plus a serial port. Write that down. Serial port. When I tell you, that has been invaluable in emergency situations, especially when you're going to smaller librarian locations where their equipment is still kind of older. It has helped a whole bunch. But yes, definitely. Does anybody have any questions? Especially while Stephanie is here, because she is awesome. I appreciate. I should have called her up at 2 a.m. and asked her to do this. I know she wouldn't have answered the phone, but I'm so glad she is here to do this, because that I did this on the spot is awesome. So we got 4 minutes left, guys. So if you have any questions, even if you're just joining us, Tarina's in the house. Hold on. Let me give you the link. No, I don't want your perspective. Okay. There's the link to the presentation that we did today. And Stephanie says, as a librarian and in general, I network with authors and entrepreneurs often. In a way, I'm vetting them for possible programs. Yes, and also a lot of librarians attend different events. I know that I've seen librarians at, oh my God, is it the Detroit Book Club? The Detroit Book Club group, they have different events, and I've seen librarians attend those. I've seen librarians at the Great Lakes Booksellers Association conference. Those are awesome events. You not only do you go for booksellers, but you also, I've met a lot of librarians when I've gone to there, and I usually go like every 3 to 4 years. It's time for me to go again. I haven't gone since pandemic. It's time for me to go again. But it's the Great Lakes Booksellers Association. I'll put that link in there, because it was a very fun event. I had a lot of fun at that one. So and Stephanie, you can see if your library will get you to go for that one, because that one's, it was so much fun. It was actually really fun, and then you collect a lot of books. That's always the great part, and it's in October. They have a great event, but I actually got to network with a lot of libraries around the Michigan, the 5-state area, literally. Librarians were there when I was there post-pandemic, and they still have a large turnout to their events even after the pandemic. Look at me. Right. So let me see what she was asking. What library are you at, Stephanie? If you want to put what library you're at, it's okay. I mean, or you can contact Vanessa offline. So if you guys have, do you guys have any more questions? Any more questions? And I know Stephanie and I have to collaborate on an event at her library, so definitely, Stephanie, we got to get together and do an event. We keep saying we're gonna do it, and then I get busy, or I forget, or we forget together. but yeah, we have to do something together. I was thinking of something too. It was something I wanted to do. I can't remember. I'll probably come and do this event. I'll probably come and do this event at your library. But oh yeah, I'll do the diversity one at your library for February. We could do that. Jessica says, thank you for this. This is so important. Aw, thank you for always being willing to share your knowledge. Aw, girl, I wasn't willing to. I just had to. My speaker canceled for today, and I was like, oh, this is what I'll do. So this is what I'm doing. So yeah, if you guys are listening on the replay, please put questions in the comments, so then I can answer them. I'll be watching this feed, of course, and I'll, like I said, I'll make the link to the presentation available now for about till Sunday, and then the link goes away. So if you're listening on the replay after this and you can't get to the link, it's because it's only available for premium members. So definitely, Vanessa, you'll be, yeah, I know Vanessa's a premium member, but other premium members who are listening on the replay, you'll actually get it in your member area, on the MotownWriters site. Let me see, what else? And I'll also be adding like the resources to it and stuff that we talked about. I think that's it, because it's at the top of the hour, and my husband's actually been waiting to do around this area. If you don't know where I'm at my camp. He says Sandy says your library is very close to my home and one I have wanted to contact. Ah, cool. Oh yeah, I want to come to Jessica's thing. I'm coming to Jessica's thing. So we're at the camp. If you guys don't know, that's my husband's solar panel farm, where right now you're listening to me off of sun power. Because even though it's a cloudy day, we're still bringing it in. So literally we're running off of sun power here, and we'll be here for the rest of the weekend. And I'll be here typing and doing my book. I think I hit everything. I'm at the back of my thing. So I'm going to get out of here. If you guys don't have any more questions, I appreciate you guys coming in. And like I said, if you have more questions or they come to you, put it down in there. In the comments, I don't mind. I'll come back. You know, I'll always answer. And of course, I'll put this presentation on our YouTube channel. So if you are listening on the YouTube channel, you can always do the comments, and I'll answer there as well. And yeah, I'm gonna go and finish writing for the day. I think that's all I have planned, just to write all day. And I hope you guys have a good day. Bye. Don't forget to put your flyer in there, Charles. I appreciate that, so everybody can know about your event that's coming up as well. And then we can actually like work with Stephanie and schedule some of those authors that are coming in to, you know, speak, or go and, you know, check her out as well. That would be cool, so she can get in and talk to them as well. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I mean, yeah, because I need some water or coffee or something. Bye guys, thank you.